Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So my audio is working, I'm assuming. All right, all right, all right. Hello, my good friends. Woo! I'm back. I hope you guys missed me. I know it's not the same when your by far favorite fintech CEO is not doing the live stream. I miss it. And I'm glad to be back. All right. So let's talk about a couple of things real quick. Should be an exciting show for you today. The first thing I want to do is I want to showcase a blog post that I posted before you guys came in here. It's on the TI Trade Ideas educational channel. And I'm going to be talking about this blog post extensively today. It's, in my opinion, it's one of the biggest secrets to successful trading, and has a little bit to do with what you're seeing here on the screen. So I always like for everybody who joins us on these live streams and in general, comes in to listen, to at least have a concept or an understanding of who is making the technology that you're using. Hopefully you are using Trade Ideas technology. You, like me, are looking for an advantage. You, like Trade Ideas, to give you that advantage, and that is our objective, to foster that advantage to you in a way that exceeds your expectations. I'm going to be showcasing some of that today. Well, first of all, I want to show you guys, this is a little bit of disclosure. And remember, I trade two different ways. And this is what the blog post is about. I have a longer term trading. This is my 401k account that I trade in Schwab. And I just want to see what you guys are looking at. 3 months, 1 month, 6 months, a year. There's a lot of influencers on social media and TikTok who talk so much fucking shit, but I've never seen anybody put up numbers, really. I mean, and I don't talk about numbers all the time, but at the very, very least, you want to know that the people who are doing the technology walk the walk. And by the way, I'm not even the best performer in our group, and I do pretty well. Like this is a pretty good number right here. Okay. I think this is the kind of number that could change a lot of people's lives. It's almost like a not a good professional athlete. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that I want you guys to all understand that I do the thing that I vend. Trade Ideas is run by people who are creating a technology that they themselves fostered and wanted to use and have invented for their own need because they do it. We don't, we're not venture capital funded. We didn't get orders from a VC group, from some marketing survey like TradingView and all these other platforms that are given away for free and pushed to you. That's why we're kind of like, in some cases, after being 20 years in the business, to some extent, virtually unknown, because the system doesn't want you to know this. Okay? If you knew that this was possible, Like, how could you buy all the bullshit that they tell you about, well, let's set up your retirement and get you into a program? I mean, the whole game is set up to screw you. So I wanted to at least have you see, number one, that I do what I say. And again, for example, Steve Gomez has beat me by almost double. Okay. So, and he's one of our leads in all sorts of content and education. Lots of very, very good traders on the team. I'm one of them, but just want to showcase, this is not that bad. Okay. And I want to show you something else. I'm going to show you some positions that I'm in and some gains that I'm able to look at. This one, for example, it's down today. Look at how much I'm up in this trade. And by the way, if you followed me on social media, you know that I've been talking about this stock for quite a long time. And here's something that I've said before. You only need one. Okay, this right here, this one trade could be a Tesla. Imagine owning Tesla at and I have 12,000 shares here. Imagine owning Tesla at $15. Then it runs up how it ran up and then splits. And I mean, this is generational wealth potential. Okay. And I have some losers too. This one's from 2021 when I was deep in the meme game, and I still believe this one's going to work out. And again, you don't always like to hold. I'm not saying I do everything perfectly. Okay. That's not the point. But the reason why sometimes you can't trade stuff the way that people are taught is because an AMC type move, what we call the MOAS potential, the mother of all short squeezes. How is it going to really happen? I will tell you very simply. It'll be a gap up, and it'll be a gap up in a way that once it goes, you cannot catch it. Okay. So if you want to make 20 million, and it's very possible that that can happen, and it's not a fundamental play or anything like that. Vito, I'll get into that. But my point is, again, while you don't always want to see something like this, okay, the point of being in something like this is the potential to make 20, 200, 300 million in a trade. And I'm not even remotely kidding, because I'm going to show you the example. Okay. Is that if you're not in it, you can't catch it. So ugly, but happens. This Hycroft right here is really starting to move. And Rumble, even though this is a $50,000 loss, similar situation. This is less than 2 points. I'm down 1.5. That's nothing. Okay. So I want to show you though, but look at this TBI, IRBT, UHG. I should keep an eye on this. POWW. These stocks right here, and USAR. Okay. So I'm going to minimize this right now. Actually, I'm going to close it. I don't think we need this anymore. Okay. And here we are on my screen that you guys have kind of seen before. So in the game of unusual returns, let's look at SBET. Let's discuss this in terms of AMC. Now, this is obviously, it's a low floater. But look what's happened to this stock, and I'm going to switch it. Okay, we're talking about here, we're at $5, gaps up to 54, goes down to 28, trades up to 91 to 124. We're down from 5 to 124. Now it's still at 46. So this is where, if you look at this right here, 1,200% return in 2 months. I want everyone to process what I'm showing you here, because this is the whole game of trade ideas. The reason you have our technology, the reason you're seeing this right here. Okay. Up 33%. Okay. The reason you're seeing something like this, okay, up 31%. And I'm going to do this real quick. This is on the 5-minute. Look at the potential. I'm in the potential game. You know, a lot of them don't work. I'll give you an example. This one right here, it like sucks money out of me. And I caught this one from $6 to $27. But again, I was playing that mother of all short squeezes play, and I'm not in it anymore. But man, I mean, it can get you good. So I'm not at all advising this, but what I'm showing here in this particular case, some of them, okay, when they go, it's life-changing moves. Okay. So Raj, I'm going to cover that real quick with you. I'm going to move this screen right here. Everybody see it? Let me just squeezing it a little bit so you can see. Okay, does everybody see the screen? So Raj is saying how to get the top gainers channel in the TI Pro software window. Now, typically on this live stream, I don't dive into the how-tos because you can get that online. We have very good support. But you guys, we have a channel. It's called Explosive Winners in the channel bar. Okay. You click on that. These are all of your biggest gainers that you want to be seeing. 90%, 37%. Every one of these, look at these moves. It's designed to show you everything that's running. Okay, and the thing too to remember is that there's a myth of the way people perceive and understand biggest gainers to reality. Okay, you don't want to be watching stuff that's already going. You want to watch stuff that's going from the open, and that's kind of what we do, and that's the difference with Trade Ideas. All of these things right here have huge potential because they're moving as we are looking at it. Those are the gainers that you can catch, participate in, okay? And there's lots of different ways to do it. By the way, just FYI, we added 3 new channels, nuclear energy, because that's big. Okay, and you can see, some of these starting to really make a move. Here you're talking about Okolo went from 27 to 65 in a month. That's 100% right there, By the way, do you see the beauty of this? Custom data, right? While the exchanges give you this, what happened from yesterday, we show you, this is the Trade Ideas difference, the lowest point on the graph to the highest point on the graph, well, to where it is right now. That's 30% in 4 days. That's what you're seeing here. Okay, these are 15-minute bars. This is custom data. And when you're seeing the picture-in-picture, which by the way is so important, okay, you can see the incredible possibilities. And what happens here is when you look at it from the point of, oh my God, I mean, look at this thing. From 7 to 60, you're talking about 500%, okay? And, big pullbacks. I'm not saying it's easy, but certainly opportunities. I mean, incredible stuff happening here. This is the Trade Ideas game. Vito, yeah. And I'm going to show you something that most people won't even believe. Okay. Why do we do what we do? 3 letters. If you don't know about this, you've missed an effing ton. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Do you see this? And by the way, like it was like $2 or some shit. And like January, I can't even like what price is it at? I can't even squeeze that low. But we're talking to 900. What's the key? Under a million float. I mean, and it's still there, it's still trading. So, you know, when you think about outsized returns, Vito, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna touch on that, Vito. But again, what I'm trying to make sure you guys all see is, and there's a couple of things. Number one, the channel bar that I'm showing you, and I've showed this before, it's critical because these channels are always updated. And remember what I showed you, okay? My returns, you know, making 700,000 in a year. We've already set this up, okay, for you to see the data the right way. Okay, so look at this. I mean, again, we're just talking about potential. $20 pulled, pulled, pulled. But what if it starts to stabilize and turn around? You know, this is the kind of thing that if you can catch this turn, sort of like if you caught it here from 2 to 20, you know, that's 10x returns. Let's see, what the hell did they do? Minerals in Canada, you know, and minerals jumps into rare earth, which is another interesting one. And rare earth is like one of these examples, USAR. Whoops. Why can't I type? The hell? My A isn't working, guys. Let me do that again. Amazing. My keyboard's a little messed up. I don't know why, but my A is not working on my keyboard. Okay. USAR, it's down $1 today, but it's been kind of everywhere. But I want to talk about how I got into this. And I want to share the fact that I was, as I mentioned in the blog post, day trading and position trading can go together hand in hand. Okay. And I was trading the USAR in the money machine right around these levels right here. And finally, I caught the feel and was able to position to it right around this pullback, right around 914. And this is where I am now. And you guys saw that that's in my longer term positions. So what I want to show you guys is trading actively and even taking small losses, okay, is actually a way to kind of metaphorically use the golf range analogy. Day trading is another slight version of the range, okay? And what's going on here is that while I'm trading these, I'm catching a feel for them, okay? And feel is critical. So like here, I would trade, you know, 1,000 shares, just seeing how it goes, right? But in my other account, if I see this thing stabilize, okay, you know, I could maybe get into 20,000 shares of this thing. And if it goes from 128 to 3, I mean, that's 60 grand right there. Okay, so great question, Trader77, about the super stream. And I want to talk about that because I want you to understand something about trading. And once again, this goes back to psychology. And this is so important, guys. Make sure you are listening, okay? What is the flow state? I mean, tons of shit on the internet about it. The flow state is not a state where you are thinking. Okay. Lots of people want to have our information come to them in a methodical way where you believe at least that you're like, ooh, BMR just appeared on the superstream. This is important and this is good. And by the way, it may be, and I need to get into it, but that's not how the flow state actually works. So what you need to be thinking about more is, instead of worrying about, did you miss something? When you see something, that's when you were meant to see it. Okay. And sometimes like stuff like this, like look at this shit. You know, trading 6 times relative volume, 94% in 2 days. Let's see how long this thing been trading. Oops. It might be new. Very interesting. Halted. Okay. So, I mean, that's kind of like the example I just gave you. You really can't, you don't want this to slow down. This is happening at the point of perception. Point of perception. And the super stream, and I'm going to right click, save and share to the cloud. For everybody who's a Trade Idea subscriber, you can take this link and you can import it into your own Trade Ideas Pro. What is the super stream? Let me show you. The super stream is a multi-strategy window. It's basically a staging window where you can have multiple alert windows working together. Okay. So each one of these is, here are the strategies that I'm doing. So you can see unusual volume spike, 52-week highs, trading above resistance, trading above yesterday's high, high volume upward move, 2 times average daily volume, 75% pullback on lows, some pre and post market bullshit, climactic up move, trading up close to the highs of the day, rallying off the bottom, and massive momentum. These are strategy that I have custom made for myself, and they are kind of along the lines of the money machine type moves I'm looking for, right? Remember that I'm telling you, like, if you look at Holo, and again, I'm not saying to get into it, but Holo has this potential, okay? RGC. You saw what's going on, right? At some point, it was trading really low, popped up, pulled back, and then exploded. And I, myself, picture myself being in a position like Holo, 2,000 shares at 500. I have that in me. I want you to have that in yourself. Yeah, Trader 77 points out that everything I give you is totally customizable to you. You can adjust and modify everything. This is just an example of the fact that in the percentage game, okay, the percentage game, let me bring this up real quick. Where were we? We were just right here, JUNX, okay, 31%. Let's look at some of your favorites, okay, like PLTR, okay, 2%. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that's 2% versus, versus 30%. And out of that 30%, I happen to have caught 12 of it. Okay, which I like to see. So you have to understand why I do what I do, and that's a style. You know, much like in golf, some people play, you know, a draw, some people play a fade. Both can work. And Trader 77 has his own style, and I love that he does, and I appreciate it that you know, he trades his own way. I'm just trying to showcase in here, right, that maximum percentage movers, stuff like this, typically happen in smaller stocks with smaller flows. That's just the nature of the game, okay, that we're in, the nature of the game. Okay, a couple of things I wanted to show you guys. So I'm trying to build a position in this one. I already actually put this one into my 401k. I don't know if you guys remember that or saw it, but I'm probably going to be exiting this one here in the next few days. But this one is ammunitions, and you know what's going on with the LA riots and military. Seems like kind of like a no-brainer type of a play to me. And again, it's down 40% in a year, but you know, that year started in the Biden administration, very bad. So if you look at 5 years, I mean, this thing's been as high as, 9, and has just traded down, tried to rally, made lower lows, but has since September, okay? It has not made a lower low since September. So I like these types of things. I want you to keep an eye on it. So I've already bought 7,000 of this in my 401k. And so this is my example of using day trading as a feel methodology because I'm in this stuff. So then I become aware of it. Okay. So again, here's another example. This is one of these ones that's very similar to the RGC. You know, you can't get it perfectly in any way, shape, or form. Okay. But float 3.24 million, volume 117 million. Now, you guys know that I've mentioned many, many times that when you are trading in the stock market, you are swimming with sharks. I mean, think about the logistics of how, if this company actually has real inside ownership, and I'm sure that it does, the way that our stocks trade, it's going to be fixed very soon, by the way. And when it does, that's another part of the MOAS, okay? The potential short squeeze that can just completely change lives. But I find it very peculiar that a stock with 3.24 million in the float, okay, with 3.3 shares outstanding, is trading 117 million. I mean, just think about it logically. You know that some bullshit's going on. And our stock market has bullshit. So, but if you're aware of that, you know that you're swimming with sharks. That's the nature of the game. So knowing that helps you kind of get ahead of it. All right, you guys. So what we are going to do is we're about to start the money machine. I'm going to do that and watch. So there's been lots of work underneath. Remember that server tech, it's almost done, but I'm going to show you some things that that have been changed. So this window has been modified. It's not perfect yet, and this is still staging, but you can see I have some stuff that's saved. So 4 positions. I'm going to make this 6, 1100. I'm going to look at approximately 17 stocks, minimum price of 2. Actually make it 1. Not 1.1. Maximum price of $1,100. Long market. So you can see that. I'm using TradeWave this time. So I'm using TradeWave entries. It's a different way to approach it. Remember, we've talked about the fact that TradeWave gives you an opportunity to play the stocks in a slightly different way. And I'm having the TradeWave stuff sorted by what's up the most over the 15 minutes, last 15 minutes. I'm looking at explosive movers. Okay, so does everybody see what they see? So again, veto downside is something that's purely personal as a form of risk management. Everybody has their own downside capabilities, let's call it. Obviously, like Elon Musk, you know, he could lose $4 billion and doesn't do shit to him. I don't want to lose $1 million. That would affect me in a different way. So, you know, just kind of, it's a personal thing, but you have to feel it. It's a feel thing. It's not anything but feel. All right. So I'm going to hit save profile. Okay. There's some messaging stuff. So by the way, on this one, HSDT, okay, I'm going to double it. Kind of like the way it's starting to trade. So you can see what I just did there. And again, I'm trying to see if the play is if it can make a move. Another one that I've been trading in and out of, MODV. This is another one you guys keep an eye on. Why do you want to keep an eye on it? Let me show you. There's just interesting situations out there right now. This one has a market cap of 51 million, cash of 119 million, but look at their revenues. They are not making money, but Snapchat hasn't made money once since it's been public. So let me just give you an example. Yeah, earnings per share, -0.8. These mofos have been losing money for 2 decades, or I don't know how long this thing's been around. It's never, ever made money, okay? But its market cap, you know, is a multiple. So some of this shit's just, you know, a little bit crazy. You don't exactly know how or why, but I do want to point this out that I was in this move and caught most of it, just FYI. That's the kind of stuff that happens here. Let me peel back. So here you are. It's been, no, sorry. I'm on month. I meant to put it on the daily. Sorry. Day. That's what I meant. Okay. So I was in this thing I'm trading this whole move. Okay. I started it in the ones. It's ran to 5. It might be trying to pivot. And again, by the way, Trump lowers interest rates and their whole big thing is the debt. So this is the problem right here. But if interest rates get lowered, this mofo can go like to 15 quick. Okay. You don't trust the science. Absolutely, Trader 77. Do not trust the science. God, those people. Science will make you put on a mask real quick and give your money to a manager. That's the science. Hi, you're stupid. Don't manage your own money. Okay. So once again, here's an interesting one. I'm not in it yet, but I'm just pointing out. I like seeing, from 0.9 to 116, not a lot of dollars, but this is where, let's see what the hell, clinical stage focuses on development therapeutics. I don't know what the fuck that is. But keep an eye. This is another LiDAR is all over the place. Okay. This is an interesting one. It's already on my like list. And I'm kind of just freestyling, showing you stuff that is interesting to me. Okay. So UAVs drones, that's another one that's similar to the the ammunition. They've got lots of government contracts. And I am a big fan of kind of like really thinking through this whole thing. Think about this revenue of 13 million, market cap of, so they've got a multiple to revenue, losing a little bit of money. But like I said, the drone stuff, the potential is gigantic. Look at the 1 year, potential here. So I already have a big position in this, and look at the volume here you can see that something's going on, right? You guys can see that. Like, this is the trade ideas game right here. And I'm not saying like it can't go back to $1, but what I'm saying is this is the footprint. If you want to be Sherlock Holmes, this is the shit you want to be looking at right here. It's been going down. This is the first sign of some shit happening. It's in May, okay? And we're now in June. We're talking about volume. Somebody is thinking something big is going to be happening here, and they're putting significant amount of volume in it. Dave, I'll be talking about that. Okay. So do we have a runway for the money machine? I suspect that the money machine for paper trading will be released in June. That's how close we are. Okay. That is what I suspect based on my dev meetings, my tech meetings. So by the way, I'm going to hit start money machine and let's up and go. See what just happens. Okay. So now I'm in $25,000 worth of stuff. I'm gonna minimize this so you can see it all. I'm gonna hide this execution panel just so you can see it better. Okay, so I'm now running the money machine. The trades that it got us into, these are, and you can see I ran it before. This was a previous run. This was a previous run. This holo, you guys, this thing, I'm not saying anything, but this fucking thing can go. And I'm not saying that it will. I'm just saying that in case, woo. I mean, this is another funny one. And you don't know, like the Chinese stocks. I mean, this is kind of like a quantum play, but I just want to give you a quick reason for, once again, on the volume side, right? There's like these little signs. See this? This is a sign. Okay, and this has gone up to 12, pulled back, more volume, pulled back, but okay, cash of 260 million, revenue of 40, market cap of 23. Again, China, so you never know. Vito, I'm running the money machine through E-Trade. Okay, you will have opportunity to run it through E-Trade, Alpaca, Interactive Brokerage, and TradeStation is next in line. By the end of the summer, TradeStation will be another destination. They basically are like, we want the money machine bad. Please get us in. So now, again, let's just watch some of this stuff. So what did we get into? SMPX. Okay. And you can see the stops are in. So that's where, you know, that's your exit. So everything is auto managed. That's the beauty of it. So I'm down 6 right now, but I'm going to lose $29. And remember what I talked about, right? I talked about the range play. So to some extent, this active type of trading, right? What does it do? It exposes you to the TTI that you probably would have otherwise never even gotten into. Okay. So IQ, Kamal, all of the ones that we are connected to, Alpaca commission free, E-Trade is commission free, TradeStation is commission free. The only one that's not commission free is Interactive Brokerage. Okay. By the way, to the tune of streams, right? I'm also looking at this data too. So the stuff that's going on here. Look at this. I mean, we're shooting for this, you guys. This is the Trade Ideas business. Okay, this is why we own the business of the active trader. Do not be fooled by the bullshit marketing. Okay, nobody has this suite of tech. I mean, imagine trying to surf on like a wooden 2x4. That's what the current competition is giving you, wooden 2x4s. Look at this. I mean, this is a market pulse. I'm going to right click right here. I'm going to hit clear. Watch what happens. So this is the idea here is, and I do this quite often, is that I just reset the pulse to see like, well, how am I doing now? Look at these moves. It can happen. My double that I did in front of you guys, I think that worked out all right. No? Or yeah, no, that was this one. I doubled on that. Okay. So these are the percentages. You know, you have to, couple of just basic stuff, right? When your winner is 2x your loser, and this loser is from yesterday. And again, you can see what I'm trying for, right? So like I'm giving it more room because I see the potential here. And yeah, better healthcare for vets, 100%. I mean, Trump's going to change the market to what it's supposed to be, which is capital raising, new technology. I mean, we've been swimming in a market swamp for decades. This whole, we don't need market makers. We need to be able to trade amongst ourselves, buyers and sellers. That's what we hope for. And I think that's going to be happening. I think he might ban shorting, and I know you guys, some of you may love it, but you know, in terms of what can happen for upside returns, I would much rather be long and go like this style right here. You know, where you can't do this on short. It's impossible. Short, you can only make 100%. I mean, and that's if you sell it and then it goes to zero. That's your short gain. But 12,000%, come on, man. So the long side is much better. And again, this, what I'm doing here, I don't mind this fluctuation. This is what I call levels digestion. You know, if this thing starts to work, okay? I'll give you another example, by the way. Hold on. This thing, BMGL. I mean, this one, you know, look at this move. To 930, it went from $1, and my son and I have a 13-year-old son. He trades pretty good too. We both caught this right around $1.15 and rode it to 8. Took our profits and have been trying to figure out what's going on, but it could have another run at it. So like this, see this again. Notice that this volume, right? It's the telltale sign that's kind of similar to this volume. It's not like I'm doing rocket science and trying to come up with some magic, you know, that is difficult for you to replicate. No, what I'm doing is like a type of a swing where I'm trying different things out. Okay. And as far as today, right, where you've got 17, 8, 8% loser, but all the rest, I mean, this is the kind of ratios you want. $127 is nothing. Pete, yes, the money machine does that automatically. It already does what you're saying. So the it keeps the profits. Profits are locked in, and it can actually re-enter and reverse. This is the stuff that, you know, dreams are made of, and it's stuff that we wanted ourselves. So that's one of the reasons why it's taking time. If you look at the money machine settings here, there's all sorts of stuff that you can do. I mean, where's the risk? Stops and exits. Okay. So there's re-entries, entry settings. Okay. Okay. On TradeWave, it's a little different. So it's because I have TradeWave on here. So TradeWave uses, here, let me show you. Let me close this up and I'll give you an example of, by the way, this tau is starting to maybe turn around a little bit. What did we get into here? DNA. Okay, so you see right here, Pete. So this is your stop. Let me see, SNPX is maybe that an example. So I'm up $2 in this one, or Momo, I'm up $13. Okay, that wasn't, Let me go back to here. This orange thing is this, as this goes up, the orange adjusts with it. If that makes sense. Steve, I love it. Yeah, I mean, the UAV has very interesting potential. I like this sort of stuff. You can, IQ. I just happened in this session for you guys today. I'm using TradeWave as entries and exits, and I don't know why I didn't. I thought I turned it on, but I didn't. Okay, okay, here it is. So see these blue lines and orange lines? These are TradeWave settings, and I think I'm doing it on the 15-minute. Let me look at my money machine settings. What am I doing here? Use TradeWave. TradeWave 10 minutes. Okay. So let me adjust that. Okay. So let me just. So see like how you're in the money machine buy zone. So this is the TradeWave system that's generating the signals for this, and this is what we're in. If it crosses, if it goes red right here, that's the exit. So something like that. And you can have one money machine, by the way, running like this, and then you can go to New Positions tab. I mean, you guys probably didn't know this. And here you can have a whole other money machine that's running in a different one. So you can have multiple money machines running at the same time, one that's more aggressive, one that's less aggressive, and they would be in totally different stocks. Do you see how cool this is? I mean, we are talking the real self-driving Tesla car, okay? That's why it's taking a little bit longer than all of us would hope, but the tech is completely new. And again, we're trying to improve this whole interface, all of this stuff. There's so much stuff happening behind the scenes for making the user interface here much easier. Again, even this is all a staging. It was really ugly before, but here it's sort of working better, cleaner. There's stuff going on, but this is still staging, okay? When you get it, it's going to be basically like a go button. Go. Okay. And there's going to be a mode, okay, where it does something that I would be doing, that I'm going to try to maybe demonstrate this in the next 2 weeks, where, again, remember how right now it's not in the top 3. It's 1, 2, 3. These are the ones that I'm in. I mean, I'm in some of them. But right now, Cura is the one that's going. INTR is the one that's going. And IMTX. So we're going to give you an opportunity to kind of trade the race mode. Whoa. Look at this. Interesting. Wake Forest, California. That's right by my house. I'm not in it, but I like 50% moves. I mean, you guys. Vito, Brokerage Plus does not work with Charles Schwab at the moment. It works with E-Trade, Alpaca, Interactive Brokerage, and very soon Trade Station. And Schwab is so big that they don't see us, but the more you talk to them and ask them to have Trade Ideas Money Machine, the more they will pay attention. You know, they're going to tell you some bullshit like Thinkorswim does it. But we will definitely, we want it. But, you know, like I'll give you an example. TradeStation's paying for it because they have a brain. Once again, Vito, we try. These companies are so big, and the big companies, unfortunately, you know, I'm not, you remember, my 401k is at Schwab, so I get it, right? But in their mind, you do understand, right? What you guys are doing, you are using your own brain and you're self-directed. They're not huge fans of that, okay? Because what they would prefer is if you gave your money to them to manage, then they can charge you a fee. What you guys are trying to do here with me is use your own brain, and the industry is against that. Now, some brokerages like Webull is sort of waking up and talking to us a little bit. But again, TradeStation, Smart, IB, they're in that game. They've understood it. And E-Trade and before them Scottrade used to be huge licensees of trade ideas. But then both of those companies got bought out by bigger companies, and those companies are like, we don't want trade ideas because we don't want our customers trading for themselves. We want fees. Self-directed is the only way to go. Okay. You want to control your trading. You don't want to have some dumbass at JP Morgan giving you a plan. You know, I make a simple analogy for you guys. The bus versus a Porsche. Okay. Being in the S&P 500 and giving your money to a money manager to manage for you, and being in ETFs or mutual funds, that's a bus. It's guaranteed to not, by the way, okay, so you see this right here? Look at this. You see this? See this? The volume? Let's look at the day. I'm going to switch that to the daily. Starting to percolate a little bit. I mean, see, this is called base building. Something happened here, popped into a buy signal, sell signal, little buy signals, and then, you know, starting to do something. I mean, this is where you want to be keeping an eye on this, and the reason, okay, the reason is the picture-in-picture. This is a play that attracts me quite a bit, you know, because again, it has not made new lows since April. Okay. And I'm not saying it's going to continue higher, but certainly what I do then is this. Boom. See that? And I'm going to show you, as I bring this here, if I scroll down, stocks I like. You should be hearting your stocks. I mean, this is the same crap we all do on social media, right? You should be liking these. And like some of these, I'll give you an example. I need to go to this page more often. So like this one, done. Yeah, I don't like it anymore. This one's interesting, for sure. 27%. Let me pull this back right here so you can see it better. See this? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You know, a lot of people think, oh, this is penny stocks. Percentages, people, percentages. Okay, 85 million. You can trade this in 10,000 share lots, no problem. Okay, and you know, from 40 cents to 53 cents. And let's take a look at again bigger picture. See what happened 5 years. And you can see. So once again, long-term stabilization. I mean, it's kind of trying to bounce off lows. Yeah, keep this around. Laser, I told you. Laser, I smell something. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do here. Got a trade ticket, 500. I'm going to buy 500 of this. So that's I hope I did. Come on. I had a buying power. Let me see here. Oh, I don't have buying power. Okay, let me change size. Sometimes, again, remember, I trade around the account a lot. So I'll just start with 200 shares just as a feeler. How about now? Still no? Come on. 100? When I turned on the money machine. Might have to get out of some stuff. But, well, so you know, like this one I'm probably going to buy. And you can see why. Okay. Just keep an eye on it. But my point is I have lots of these stocks that I've been watching. And some of them, again, huge potential movers. Low to 48 million. That's almost too big. I'm gonna get out of it. And this is just the process of cleaning things out. This is for sure out of here. So let's take a look at what the AI is doing today. Okay. So 50% for trades on the long side. That's a really nice one. And that's a really nice one too. And that one's got more potential. I mean, it's sort of like the other one that I was in. If you look at this Okolo, hopefully you guys see that on the bottom of these are our longer term ones that we've signaled. And again, the reality of the stock market that you can see is, you know, the telltales, the AI finds things. You know, the trade wave on this one found it even sooner at 23. That was an incredible pivot. And we're going to be very soon creating an alert system on the daily that shows you the turns, okay, when you see it right here. But this is the potential, okay. Look at the MODV. Remember I told you the AI that I was in this one. This is the entry signal. You know, that's over 100%. And SMR, 20 to 40. Come on. All right. We're approaching the hour mark. Wow, what a crowd today. One of our biggest crowds ever. And I love that you guys give me the opportunity to showcase. Oh, yeah, no buying power. Yeah, just in too much stuff. And I trade this small account, and some of these positions, there's no margin in these. Okay. TerraTech. Okay, questions. So Hutch, I'm not really sure what you mean by that. You know, to some extent, understand that the way the market maker game works with naked shorting, everything's diluted. Why do Ripman, why would we want to change our data providers? I mean, I'm just curious. we get our stuff directly from the exchanges at the ticker plant level, and we process our own data. So, I mean, the data we're getting is prints. These prints are live, and they're all the same prints. Thank you, David. So I'm just curious. IQ, the money machine, when you turn it on, it goes into queue. So it's at the on button, it starts to do it. How the orders are placed, there's going to be some preferences there. You might be able to, some people might want to do limits, like limits 5 cents away, stuff like that, so that you're giving yourself more room. There's different ways to do it. IB Singapore, Raj, as long as you can get US data, I'm pretty sure you can trade it. Yeah, so I mean, from the exchange's point of view, they don't know about the money machine at all. They look at it as you placing manual trades. That's specifically how we did this. The money machine is working at your behest. It's your algo, but the way that they look at it is it's you doing it manually. Yeah, Ripman, we are adjusting our short flow data to dilution tracker. That's coming, I think that's happening this week. So we are pivoting from that. And, I'll just be honest. Short data is an effing mess. Okay. Nobody gets it right. Vito, we are making the money machine totally server side very soon. So that should completely resolve that problem. And in some extent, you'll be able to then potentially trade it on your phone, be able to come in, turn it off, have it go, turn it back on, because it's server side. But our cloud has multiple redundancies built into it. And as you can imagine, I mean, you've seen our data, we hardly ever go down. So, and the only time we've ever gone down was when we had a huge denial of service attack on us. And we then built technology to prevent that type of same stuff happening in the future. Okay, you guys, last couple of questions, and then that's it. Okay, you guys, love you all. Really appreciate the huge crowd here spending your Wednesday morning with your by far favorite fintech CEO. I'm grateful for it. It's what gets me excited. My whole team, we really appreciate it. And I hope you guys know I love showcasing and doing it. This is live trading on E-Trade here. This isn't even SIM. And I want to make sure that we're getting close. But when I do the testing, I'm testing shit live. That's the only way to go. I don't do SIM. We've done a lot of SIM, but SIM is good. It gets you a feel, and I do want you to do it, but I want you to know that I'm putting my own money on the line to take this to the next level. Vito, every premium user will have access to Money Machine in SIM. Yes. Thank you, IQ. Really appreciate it. All right, you guys, I'm hitting the end stream. Thank you so much once again. Tell your friends. You guys are our best marketing tool. That's how we do it. We ain't trading view. We didn't raise a bunch of billions, and we didn't sell our souls to the devil. So that's why we are still small and humble, and that's how we continue to do it. By the way, when Trump fixes everything, we may go public. And I've always said it, our subscribers who are subscribed to Trade Ideas, before we go public, you'll get some shares. Yeah. All right, you guys, love you all. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day and week. Take care.